Hey Rebelscum, we're back from Comic-Con. Already showed you a SDCC exclusive in that Jumbo Droid Factory R2-D2. I have another one for you. This one's from Beast Kingdom. You're probably thinking, wait Nick, you showed us a Beast Kingdom exclusive. They had Han Stormtrooper and Luke Stormtrooper for the show. Well, they added a third one at the last minute, just about a day or two before the con. They surprised us with his arena suit Boba Fett. So this figure we've seen featured a couple times before. He was a Hot Toys figure, and then he came out as a Hasbro exclusive. I can't remember if this was a show exclusive. Maybe it was the last year's con or something like that. But you could get him in his arena suit, and he had this pike that you could also see here in the box, this sort of axe that he comes with, and that all black armor, really sleek look to him. So that essentially fits into the decor here of all black stealth suit he's wearing. I guess that's how you disguise yourself. To me, it's the equivalent of Superman putting on glasses and being Clark Kent, but this was Boba Fett with all black armor trying to disguise himself from other bounty hunters. So yeah, this is going to be their third iteration of Boba Fett. We had Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett. We had Return of the Jedi Boba Fett that came with that Han Solo in Carbonite. Pretty cool. I believe I did a review of that. You can check that out as well. And now we have the mold that is going to be Arena Suit Boba Fett. So why don't we hop in and check him out. All right, so if you're watching at home and keeping score, you're wondering about the designation here of EAA 027 SP. Well, the standard release of Boba Fett with Han Solo was EAA 027. The SP again meaning special, and we talked about that with the Han Solo and Luke Stormtrooper release with the SP designation. We've seen that with several other specials in the past. The Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett was EAA 020. So they're kind of consistent in their numbering. So this is going to be probably based on his Return of the Jedi look, just all black. So first we have this great little battle axe there, and this is all one mold piece. Pretty nice, sharp. We'll give you some close-ups of as we pan through the accessories here. And you could see his jetpack, all black, his additional hand accessories, his sidearm pistol here, and his, which looks like his Empire Strikes Back blaster. Now, that's good, because he should be ESB Boba Fett at this point, transitioning over to Return of the Jedi Boba Fett after this arena battle, because he just got Han. He's on his way to Jabba's palace. Maybe this is why he has a whole new color scheme when we see him in Return of the Jedi. And then we have our all-black Boba Fett here as well on the right side. So I love this. There's nothing holding him in place. I really, really appreciate that. He still has his Wookiee braids on here. They're all black. He's going to have that moving telescoping finder on there. So that's great too. He kind of has a shiny hue to his helmet. I appreciate that. It's not like a metallic chrome or anything, but it definitely looks pretty good. We'll check out a 360 here. And of course he has his leg rockets. He's got his holster on the right here. I love how they do their holsters. They also have that little piece that comes over to secure it in place. You can see the braids go all the way around both sides. The cape is going to have a wire in it to help you frame it around his body any way you want. It's going to have that wrist rocket on his left side, and along with the flamethrower. So everything, all the details on the gauntlets, the detailing on the belt, everything is there. Pretty good Boba Fett. I love, you can never get enough Boba Fett, so I love how they added this new one here. So if you want to use his axe, you're going to have to change the hands. And I kind of like the hand system they have in basically for Beast Kingdom, where they have this great snap system, so you could pull these off really easy and snap on the other ones that took like no effort. So pretty easy there. And I'll bring in, we'll check out the articulation in a minute, but let's keep checking out these accessories first. So this was pretty easy to get on. The gauntlets didn't move off. I've seen that in some of the figures where the gauntlets slide. It's a little annoying to try to keep them in place, but not a problem here. So you can switch out the hands. And then the backpack, of course, it should be, this one's going to be a peg. We've seen some of them as magnetic, and that can get problematic because you can knock these off. So nice detailing on that backpack. And this top, I believe, comes out. And you could have this great effect where you have this rocket launching off here it looks like it blasts out of his jetpack and is targeting its prey here, which is a really cool little effect that you get on this rocket with this little blue blast on it. And I'll give you a close-up of that later. But that's a really cool effect I love on the Boba Fett. This came with the Jedi Boba Fett sort of standard, which was really nice to be able to have that there. So yeah, and this fits in. It's got a very special way because it's a shaped peg, so you can only get it in one way. And that's good because it's going to hold it in place and keep it from moving around. Basically, you want that in there tight. So easy to switch those two out. We'll get so I think the real show stealer here is going to be his axe. I mean, you could of course get the gun in the holster, and we'll show you close-ups of that in a moment. But the show stealer is going to be this axe. I mean, he has the gun in other versions, so you could easily get that axe in here. We could do a two-handed pose with him. So yep, I appreciate this. This is a fun. This is how you do a special. I mean, this is fun. It's making good use of the mold, and they're getting this character in the line again. Although I think you could still get that that Jedi version of Boba Fett. He should be out there, still available for purchase from most of the fan channels like Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. But now you can get this guy as well. So yeah, there he is with his axe, looking fearsome. So why don't I bring you in and we'll check out some close-ups of the more distinguishing features. So I put a little light on so you could see some of the more distinguishing features, like the visor call out here. It's hard to see because it's all black, but it's definitely a little bit distinguishable from the helmet. They have that transparent plastic piece in there to help make it look like a visor. And then you got that great axe I was talking about, seeing a little bit of a close-up later. So here you go. You can see just the detailing on this in that nice sort of, they give it kind of like a chrome look to it, but it's not chrome. Nice pointy tip to it too. I think they did a nice job with that. And of course you got all that great detail here on Boba Fett. You can see the little shiny pieces of armor, and they did a great job painting everything there. Everything even on the backpack looks great. So a good little Fett here in that rotating tracking rangefinder. I forget what that's called every time. So again, I'll show you the rocket system here. So this one pulls out, and you can attach this other piece here to give it that look that he targeted and fired it at somebody. So pretty cool that that piece comes on there if you just wanted to display him, however, just firing the rocket, or if you didn't like that and you wanted the classic I don't fire rockets Fett, you could just replace that and stick in the other static piece there. So you have the holster here with the pistol on the side, and it has this additional strap to come down and hold the pistol in place. I like leaving mine a little bit more dynamic so he could draw from it, but if you wanted to, you could close that all the way around and get it to lock into place by just pushing it onto this little divot here. Peg, that's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, you can see his little Wookiee braids that he has here, and they continue along onto the back side. And you can put them behind the pack so they have a more of a natural look on there. So that is basically the Fett here. They didn't overdo it with accessories. The other versions, of course, just came with a blaster and a pistol, and then the rocket with the firing feature for the Return of the Jedi version. And it came with Han Carbonite. But you can see here that this is clearly the Empire Strikes Back blaster. It doesn't have the longer ridges on it. It doesn't have it's not set back as much. This hilt is completely different. So this is based on the ESB version. So, I mean, it makes sense. This is right after he caught Han before he took him to Jabba. So he's not returning the Jedi Fett yet. So, I mean, that's what I mean about attention to detail that Beast Kingdom does. That's a very small detail, but it's an accurate detail. So they got him just before he became Return of the Jedi Fett. They could have just as easily threw in those accessories painted black, but they went back and got the Empire Strikes Back blaster pistol. So yeah, I mean, there's no real paint scheme here to get wrong because it's just all black, so they got it. So they kind of nailed that on the detail. I mean, there might be some other really fine details that set him between ESB Fett and Empire Fett. It's going to be hard to make him out because they're all black here, so the color scheme is the cape. You can't tell. can't tell anything with the helmet because there's no dents or anything on it. So all those features aren't there, but we definitely have our Fett in his transition between the two films. And he's got this awesome axe that came with Arena Fett. And quickly, I just want to show you the articulation. I've shown it in the other videos we've done with Beast Kingdom, but if this is your first time looking at a Beast Kingdom video, I just wanted to make sure you understood just the large amount of articulation you got in these figures. So you got the wrists are always on this ball, and of course you got your double elbows. You're going to have arms that rotate all around as well and pull out a little bit to help you get a little bit more cross-body movement. So you can pull them out like that, and then you can set them back in, just to get a little bit more range around the body. The head is going to be on a ball there, and I showed you that rangefinder articulation. So that's going to be on both sides there. He's going to bend at the waist a little bit, but because of his armor, he can't really go that far. So he's got a little waist articulation there. Of course, he's going to be able to turn with the waist as well. He's going to have that ball on the hip going every which way here, and they pull out a little bit to give you a little bit more extension in order if you want to do a superhero pose or something, getting down on that one knee. So you can do that with the hip. You have the double knees as well. And then you have that ankle fully on a ball as well, articulation. And then toe articulation, full range on the toe there. I'm not a big fan of toe, but it just gives you a little bit more range of motion if you're trying to do some squatting poses or some kneeling stances. You can just get a little bit more balance in there. And then of course you have the cape articulation because it's got a wire frame in it, so you can pose it however you want, loop it around over the shoulder, back behind the pack, covering the pack, however you wanted to do it. The wire frame will help you keep it into position essentially if you get it warped in the right angle. So that is our look at our articulation on the figure. All right, well, that's our look at the Arena Fett from Beast Kingdom. Pleasant surprise to see him at Comic-Con. Sometimes producers announce that there's going to be an exclusive at a show and it doesn't make it in time and they have to swap it out. And sometimes they don't announce it till the last minute because they do end up getting that stock in time. So it's just kind of unpredictable. So that might have been the case why we didn't hear about him until the last minute. Or it could have just been a last minute surprise for fun. Either way, I saw a lot of people picking this guy up at the show. So I don't anticipate him being around much longer. I think you could only pick him up from Beast Kingdom US website right now. I'll try to see if he's on the fan channel. I'm not sure, but you could definitely pick him up from their website. If he's still in stock, I would go quick. We have our special code, of course, and you get 10% off. So you can find that at the bottom of this video and in the article. If it's your first time purchasing from Beast Kingdom US, you can use this code and get that nice discount. You can throw that Luke and Han Stormtrooper in there as well. Check out our review on that if you want to see how those guys make a great addition. We've reviewed several other figures. I believe Darth Maul is still available, The Mandalorian. So if you want any of those too, throw them all in that cart, get that 10% off the whole set. But yeah, I mean, they're going to have a lot more great figures coming out. We have Obi-Wan coming up soon, and then we're going to have Clone Wars, Clone Armor Obi-Wan. We're going to have Luke Jedi Knight. They teased the Jabba, so we'll see. Yeah, this was a great little surprise to see this guy. Definitely recommend him. If you're a Fett fan, you're going to love him. A fan of Fett. If you're a Beast Kingdom fan, you're definitely going to love him. So grab this guy before he's gone. It was a fun little surprise. He's a fun little Fett to add to your collection. That's all for now. Like, subscribe, and follow. We're going to have some really cool stuff we'll be showing you in the next couple weeks. There's always something new every day as well, so always head to the website too at rebelscum.com. Until next time, stay vigilant, you Rebel Scum.